Today we'll be going over one fact about every single Brawlhalla character. Bodvar has had 3 different designs over the years, with his original colors being blue and orange. During the April Fool's event in 2016, Cassidy had her own idle clicker minigame called Cassidy's Cupcakes. It was extremely scuffed though. Orion has undergone several name changes. He was named Volst before beta version 1.0 and Hilder before any playable releases. Before patch 5.0, Lord Vrax's store price was 3,900 coins, whereas today he only costs 2,300 coins. The zombies in the game mode Walker Attack are all just retextured versions of Nash, which you can actually see in the image render tool. Back in the alpha versions of the game, when Legends didn't have specific weapon combos, Queen Nai had a custom hammer and sword model created just for her. Hattori was released alongside Thatch in a Pirates vs Ninja themed update, which was the last update in Brawlhalla's alpha phase, making Hattori and Thatch the last Legends released in Brawlhalla's alpha. Sir Roland is one of the only Legends who hasn't gotten a new crossover skin in 7 years, with his only official crossover coming from the Shovel Knight crossover all the way back in 2018. Canonically, Scarlet was the legend who invented the Rocket Lance, so do with that information as you will. Ada's Vixen skin was actually made to honor the streamer Miss Vixen, as she was the first winner of the PG Sultan stream competition held by Brawlhalla during one of their conventions. Sentinel was among some of the only characters to get redesigned after the official game's release, but the changes were very subtle to the point where most people don't even realize his design was changed in the first place. In Lucian's store description, it is revealed that he really likes to steal from dead people for some reason. Brother is a freak. Taros is the only character that has a skin locked behind a merchandise purchase, making it one of the rarest skins in the whole entire game. In the lore, it is hinted that Sir Roland is Bryn's father. Asuri and Ragnir were the 2 legends used to win the first ever 2v2 World Championship by Twilight and Daiku. It was revealed that Barraza was actually inspired by the movie Mad Max: Fury Road. Radiant Ember and Baron Azoth are 2 of the only skins in the game that cost only 80 mammoth coins, and regardless of how cheap they are both really good looking skins. Koji was the legend used to win the first ever 1v1 Brawlhalla World Championship in 2016 by LDZ. Prior to patch 2.14, Diana's bot name was Dyborg, but was later switched to Diandroid for some unknown reason. Jala is simply named Barbarian in the game files. Gauntlets is such an old weapon that I almost forget that Core was the first ever legend to actually have gauntlets. Wu Shang technically has the first ever crossover skin, as Reno Wu Shang is a reference to Rivals of Aether, however it is not officially listed as a crossover skin. And on the other hand, Val has the most crossover skins with 4 in total. The name of Cross's pistols are a reference to Hellhound on My Trail, which was a song composed by Robert Johnson. Mirage was the first ever Scythe legend, and during her release, she had the highest play rate ever recorded in Brawlhalla history, with 25% of players playing her, which just shows how popular Scythe was even on release. In the lore, Nyx is one of the few legends hinted at being able to leave Valhalla in the tournament willingly. Fenrir Mordex is the most used skin in all of Brawlhalla. It is implied in several places that Yumiko is blind, and if that's true, Yumiko would be the first ever disabled legend on the roster. Artemis may have been named after Artemis from Greek mythology, who is the goddess of the moon. It is likely that Volkov is Caspian's grandfather because according to the lore, only Caspian calls Volkov Gramps. Sidra is the first legend to be released after Brawlhalla's official release. Zol is the first legend added into the game that was able to reach a stat total of 10, making him currently the highest ranked legend of all time. Although kind of obvious, I feel like it's overlooked that Kaya's Mammoth is a shoutout to the developers of Brawlhalla, who are Blue Mammoth Games. In the lore, it's mentioned that Isaiah has put together a techno-fantasy Europop band with Ada, Ulgrim, and Fate. Jiro is a ninja, specifically referred to as a shinobu in his lore, which is a term often used to refer to a male ninja in Japanese. Linfei's legend name during development was Wu Sha, which is a Mandarin Chinese term translating roughly to martial arts hero. Zariel has the least amount of non-exclusive skins, meaning he only has 3 skins available outside of events, chest exclusives, or battle passes. Every other crossover in the game is a simple cosmetic switch, but Rayman is the only crossover that is a standalone legend. Fate has a cat named Butterscotch who can be seen in some of the skins she uses in the game. Thor is officially the first god on the Brawlhalla roster. Petra's signatures are a direct homage to characters from Dragon Ball Z and Akuma from Street Fighter, which is really cool considering a few years later Akuma was added as an official crossover to Brawlhalla. Vector has the lowest play rate out of any legend in Brawlhalla, with only 0.44% of players picking him. Although being designed as a gargoyle, Onyx is confirmed to be a female character. Jae-yun is the first legend to win a Brawlhalla World Championship less than a year after his release. It is heavily suggested in the lore that Thatch is Poseidon, and thus making Mako Thatch's daughter. Magyar is the first legend able to achieve 10 defense. Reno's default orb name is Orbot, which was the same as Orion's CPU name, which caused BMG to change Orion's CPU name to Auto-Ryan. Munin is the first legend that has a skin that directly changes the name of the legend, going from Munin to Hugin. Arcadia's lore quote is a direct reference to a line from Tony Montana in Scarface. Because of Ezio's selection pose, a vast majority of people thought one of his weapons would be guitars. Tezuka is the first legend to have both a male and female variation. When hovering over Thea for long enough in the select screen, she will lose her patience and get frustrated for a second. Some of Red Raptor's skins are based on famous characters. Emerald Raptor is based on the Green Ranger from Power Rangers, and Rocket Raptor is based on the Rocketeer. Loki was the first legend to be revealed through an emergency broadcast on Brawlhalla's Twitch channel. Seven is named Seven because she is the 61st legend, and 6 + 1 = 7. Vivi is the legend to get a crossover skin the quickest, as she got the Mega Man crossover just 5 months after her release. At the time I'm recording this, Amugi has the highest win rate out of all of the Brawlhalla legends with an incredible 54.2% win rate. In the lore, King Zuvu's parents died as a result of a drought in his homeland. Priya is the first legend to get a weapon that can fuse and unfuse, resulting in 2 completely different movesets.